right. You didn't even feel him start the train moving, did you? You may feel him stop the train sometimes. We're going to go down here a little bit. We're going to stop. We're going to back up. The trainman will get off the last car, throw the switch, and then we'll be backing up all the way down to what is referred to as Bridge 60. Up here on the right side of the train, the south side of the train rather, we've got some round concrete structures. I'll explain them in a minute, and we have between two of them a big tall concrete building, and that was what was referred to as the sand tower. That held sand in it. Railroads need sand for traction. You got a steel wheel on a steel rail. If it gets wet or various reasons, you have to put sand down so that you can move the train. That comes out of the locomotive. The small round ones that we're alongside right now were put up, they had oil tanks in them for the diesels when they were on the property.
We're going to go to the other end of the yard.
No more oil tanks. They were taken out just before the Park Service took over.
Here, do you want me to switch the seat? See you facing the right way?
Look at that. They can't open this.
Don't stick out. Set it on the radio.
Hopefully this one doesn't take it.
There's that thing. Oh, that's all right. Down here.
My first picture for the bag? The phone's garbage. Gravy! Oh, there we go. Of course, they looked away. Yeah, you're looking, and the second she looks up, you look that way.
No, definitely looking in your direction again.
You kind of look like. Oh,
Smile.
Oh, wow. Random stuff sitting place there. If you look this way or something. Those are the FDNs we went through this way.
You can see a little bit.
It's like a big funnel run.
Right now we're starting to pass on the north side of the train 3 cars that are plastic wrapped. And we refer to that as our ghost train. The reason they're under plastic is they had asbestos in them. The asbestos was taken out, and a lot of other things inside were taken out. They're down to bare metal, and if we parked them outside, they would rust. So under the plastic, they're protected. They don't get the rain and the snow on them, and as soon as they get the funding, they will go back in the shop and be restored. They did keep them in the shop for a while, but they really needed those tracks, so that's why they had them stretch wrapped and put out here. The caboose that they're using for the caboose hops actually was built by the Lackawanna Railroad in what they referred to as the Kaiser Valley shops. They were over on the west side of town. And they had a big shop complex over there, almost as big as the complex here. We have a couple of pieces of rare equipment on the property. One is coming up very shortly on the south side of the train. Number 47, Canadian National. It's what they refer to as a Baltic locomotive. It's a 464 locomotive, but it's a tank engine. There is no tender on that locomotive. It was using commuter service up in Montreal, Canada. It's the last existing Baltic in the United States. There are a couple up in Canada at the end of it. There weren't an awful lot built, but they really were good in commuter work because they would run equally well front or back. The diesels over there in the Reading are FP7s, and that's either a freight or a passenger locomotive. The steam engines, their speed depends on the size of the driving wheels. The bigger the driving wheel, the faster the locomotive will go. Diesels, on the other hand, it depends on the gearing that they have on the traction motors as to how fast it will go. Those units will run somewhere around 70 miles an hour. And while we're backing up to Bridge 60, at one point in time, Scranton had 5 major railroads servicing the city. The Delaware and Hudson, which was the first railroad, the Lackawanna, which was the second. Then we also had the Erie Railroad, the Central Railroad of New Jersey, and the New York, Ontario, and Western Railroad. All but the Lackawanna were here for one thing, and basically one thing only, and that was the anthracite coal that was mined out of this valley. Scranton was referred to as the anthracite capital of the world, within an 18-mile radius of the city. And that would take you north, the other side of Carbondale, about 18 miles, and about 18 miles south, the other side of Wilkes-Barre. They estimate approximately 2 billion tons of coal were mined out of this valley. Some of the coal veins that are down there are 20 feet deep. They're now all filled with water. There's as much water under this valley as they estimate the amount of water in Lake Wallenpaupack, which is an enormous lake. The last mine to stop mining coal in the valley was the last mine pumping the water out of the coal mines. Because the deeper you go, the more water you get. If you don't pump the water out, it floods the mines. Well, they didn't think of that. They shut the pumps down. The mines flooded. And about 6 months, 9 months later, they had water coming up in some of the homes in their cellars. So the state went all the way down to Old Forge, Pennsylvania, where the Lackawanna River, which is right behind us, empties into the Susquehanna River, I'm sorry. And they drilled a borehole. They estimate again that 1 million gallons of water comes out of that borehole every day.
Tickets, please. Got mine.
soft coal. You look over here on the south side of the train, you're going to see a car filled with anthracite coal, DL&W car. That has anthracite coal in it. We only have one example of a locomotive that will burn anthracite coal, and it's right alongside the parking lot. That big Reading 484, 2124 is her number. She was designed to burn anthracite coal. If you look at it, you can see how much bigger the firebox is on that than any of the other steam engines you can see that are around the parking lot. Platform that is on the south side of the train is where they will board tomorrow for the excursion to Goldsboro. It's also where the trolleys load. And if you're interested in that, you can go over to the trolley museum and buy a ticket for their trolley ride, although they do charge for that. I'm not sure exactly what they charge, but the trolley museum is at the end of our parking lot. Now we're starting up at grade. It doesn't seem that likely this weekend. Further up, if we move off on the south side of the train, you're going to see we're higher than the tracks that are down there. This was the start of what the railroad called the China Wall, which would separate the city from the railroad. The China Wall was taken down to put that wall in that's on the north side of the train. Get up the tracks a little further.
He looks small, he's got some power. What are their names?
Best stamp I've ever seen.
Nice pizza.
Alright, the front cars can see the China Wall, the third car that's coming up very shortly on the north side of the train. There were tracks on top of that. The passenger train would have been up there. The tracks will run right down with the freight traffic through the city. You don't want freight to go alongside the passenger station if you're trying to load or unload passengers on the train. And actually the tracks right in front of the station are level. Designed that way. The China Wall and the part that works help getting out of the city. On an incline right now, here to Mount Pocono, it's about a 1.5% grade, which is pretty steep for a steam engine. There's a train station. It's the Radisson Hotel now. There used to be a train shed that would go all the way out to the end of the wall. That would protect passengers. Train when it was rainier. A single-story addition was added when they made a hotel. University of Scranton campus on the north side of the train. As you clear the first building on the north side, if you look back, you're going to see an old mansion back in there. That is part of the old Scranton estate, folks that actually helped found the city of Scranton. It's used by the university for their graduate students' admissions. Back in 1920, when this was a very active rail yard, we had an average of 5 trains an hour on these tracks that we're on right now, whether they were coming into the city or going out like we are. Powered, coal-fired, producing an awful lot of soot, gas pedal, so to speak, all the way over, climb the mountain to see over there on the north side of the train. water to wash your clothes, even in the middle of the summertime.
Our train's an hour.
And we have pictures from where we are looking behind us over towards West Mountain, and there is an actual haze over the city. And that's from all the coal being burned at that point in time. All right, we stopped. We're going to back up now. Go back out onto Bridge 60 and then head back to where we started from. We look out on the north side of the train. That stone wall is there. You will not see any mortar between the stones. It was built that way. It's well over 100 years old, and it is still standing.
This is a great mill.
What is going to be standing 100 years from the day that we built here? As we back up, you're going to see at the end of that wall, there is concrete, and the concrete is falling apart. Along with the 5 major railroads, Scranton also had the third largest iron mill in the United States. And I'll point that out as we back up. It was in operation. It was started by the Scranton brothers, and they eventually produced the T-rail that we're riding on for the Erie Railroad. Getting it from here into New York State, where the Erie was laying track. They could only do it by canal boat or horse and wagon. You don't totally release that steel rail on a wagon full of horses. So the Scranton brothers bought 2 railroads and combined them into one and named it the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad. Went from the Delaware River through Scranton across the Lackawanna River and west. Eventually went from New York City to Buffalo. That was the quickest route to Buffalo of all the major railroads.
You probably noticed the sound of the ball in the
They stone or concrete wall rather on the north side of the train that it was holding up too well. As part of this weekend, they have demonstrations over at the old iron furnaces, and that's again where the Scranton Iron Works first started. Around 1900, they closed it down here in the city, and had already bought land up in New York State on Lake Ontario. Lake Erie. And moved as much of the plant up there as they could, and continued to use that plant until the 1960s. Technology took over and they could no longer economically produce steel there. On the south side of the train, you're going to see a soccer field down there. That was railroad property at one time. And if you keep looking over there as we back up, you'll see the top of the 3 iron furnaces that the Scranton Iron Works put in over there. Yeah, you can see some people walking around over there on top. The demonstration is down below that. The parking lot that's below us on the south side of the train was the station for the Lower Line, which was an electrified railroad running between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, PA. And last but not least, we're passing the Maddie's Tower right there. There are 2 more tours this afternoon coming up to the Maddie's Tower. That was the switching tower to the yard. And we have the old back shops of the railroad. where they would build and maintain their steam engines.
Right here. See the big sign?
Still in operation today. General Dynamics runs it. They produce artillery shell casings in there. Past the trolley, like I said, they are having trolley rides. That's about an hour ride. If anybody is interested. I don't know what time they run, but that's at the trolley museum. I was just informed there will be a ride at 1 o'clock in rear. Takes you all the way down to the stadium on Montage Mountain. You go through the roughly mile-long tunnel underneath the south side of Scranton. And that was a little unique in itself. There were a northbound track and a southbound track through the tunnel, but there was no switch, and there was really one set of tracks through there. They would just cross over and it's kind of unique.
much more